workout. I'm super excited today that we will be running through my Feel Good Fitness prescription. These are free workouts I've been doing since the beginning of the pandemic. Unfortunately, my mother-in-law is not joining me today because it's a religious period for the Jain community. But I will be showing you everything, seated exercises as well as standing. We'll be going through breath work, mobility, cardio, balance, strength training, which I want everyone to be doing, and stretch. So just follow along. This will be saved for you. Do subscribe to my channel and please interact with me and leave a comment after you've done this workout. I have an amazing Zoom community that I can see on screen. If you would like to join us on Zoom, it's brilliant because I get to talk to everyone at the end as well and I can see you. Just head over to my website, feelgoodwithlavina.com, and there's a newsletter that's for free that will give you all the Zoom details and a special WhatsApp group where I communicate session reminders and send you the link as well. So as always, let's start with a moment of breathing, yeah? Giving ourselves this little moment, this time for a bit of self-care to reset the nervous system, to get us ready for the main workout. Today, we're just going to close our eyes, maybe place a hand on your belly, one on your heart, and just focus on your breath. I want you to take positive inhales through your nose and let everything go, any tension or stress on that exhale. Nasal breathing has a lot of benefits. I've written all about the power of breath in my best-selling book, The Feel Good Fix. You can have a look there for more ideas as well. But today, just close your eyes, take some deep breaths. That on its own is going to help just turn the nervous system into that parasympathetic mode, the rest and digest. And then I'm just going to guide you through a quick body scan where we're going to focus our breath from head to toe, different body parts, just to get us nice and ready. So we're going to send a positive inhale towards our heads, our foreheads. Try and relax your forehead, bring a smile to your face. Inhaling and exhaling, sending that towards your neck and shoulders now. Maybe on the inhale, lifting your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, just breathing out, letting it all go as they drop down. Then sending that breath, big inhale towards your arms. Just relaxing all the body, just focusing on these amazing parts of our body that's going to help us through this workout today. Inhaling towards your heart, expanding your lungs, your chest. Positive inhale, exhale, release it all. And then sending that breath to your belly. So if you've got your hand on your belly, really try and expand the belly on the inhale. Exhale, let it all go and relax. Sending that breath towards your hips, your lower back, areas of tension that we're going to loosen up with the mobility today. And then towards your legs, even your glutes, your tops of your thighs, backs of your thighs, hamstrings and quads. All these muscles that we're going to be using today, but we use in our day-to-day lives. Just a lovely way to thank them. Inhaling, exhaling, sending that breath to your knees, your calves, your shins. And then the next breath down to your ankles and to your feet, maybe giving them a little wiggle on the exhale. And then let's take one big positive inhale to fuel the body. And then exhale, we're going to rub our hands with our hands, eyes still closed, generate some heat. Big inhale, place the hands over your closed eyes. Exhale, bring a smile to your face. Just let the light in, open your eyes a little bit. How are we feeling? A really quick body scan you can do any time. Release the hands away when you're ready, big smiles. I want you to have these tools, especially in our busy, fast-paced lives. Whenever you're feeling stressed or anxious, do some breath work, go to my book, go to the beginning of all these workouts. There's a different technique every week. So we're going to go into mobility. I will demonstrate seated and standing. You can do this anywhere. A few head circles, just mobilizing, getting all the joints nice and lubricated. Motion is lotion. If you've got joint pain, hopefully this will ease it out. Take your breath, change directions. Obviously, if you experience any major pain, please change the movement to something that feels good for you. This is your workout, your investment in your physical, mental health. That feels great. And then we're going to roll the shoulders, so circling up, back and round. It's getting warm. The UK is getting chilly, so I put an extra layer on this morning. But just circling out, and then, yep, some of my Zoom participants know I love adding in the elbows. You could do this seated or standing, whatever works for you. I've had care homes, I've had people with disabilities, I've had the elderly, anyone joining. I want you to do what feels good for you. But if you're able to stand, do stand, because then your leg muscles are getting involved. And then change direction, just easing everything out. Lovely work. We're going to do the desk reset snack, which is our posture check. I want you to think about this through the workout. I'm engaging my core through the workout, so belly button towards spine. And then often our shoulders are like this. So we're going to imagine that desk shape, shoulders up, back and down. So they're going up, back and down. Think about that through the day, little exercise snacks that you can do during the day. Just that posture reset is going to help you feel taller, prouder, engage your core, engage your pelvic floor. I talk about that often. Pelvic floor snack in my book as well if you need help with that. And then what we're going to do is do some shrugs. So like we did in the breath work, inhale and exhale. Let everything go. Inhale, lifting the shoulders up. Exhale, letting it go. Maybe bringing the arms up and the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Maybe even dropping forward. So if you're standing, inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Let's do one more. Even seated, this feels good. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful work. I can see lots of you on Zoom. Do join us on Zoom. It's all free. I want you all working out. I can see people in their living rooms, in their bedrooms, wherever you are. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. This is to take away all the barriers. Coming forward with those arm circles. I don't want there to be any barriers. Time, cost, motivation, clothing, equipment. We don't need anything fancy for these workouts, and they're hopefully applicable to everyone. So we're going to do a bit of point and flex. We will be going into balance, but as always have support. So if you need it, a chair, a wall. I've been practicing every day, brushing my teeth on one leg with the sink as support, something I want everyone to be doing. But what we're going to do with our balance first is we're going to point and flex. We're going to use our fingers as well, pointing and coming into a fist. So whatever works for you, can do this seated. I'm pointing the leg, extending the arms, the fingers, and then drawing them into a little fist. So see if you can balance. If you need support, just do one-handed. So one-handed, mind everything around you, pointing, flexing. If you're sitting, this is a nice one. You can do sitting, pointing, flexing. Yeah, let's do a couple on each side. If you're balancing, change sides. If you need the support, please use it. Balance work is to reduce our risks of falls. It's to correct muscular imbalances. If you're a fast walker, a runner, you're doing a lot of training, we all have muscular imbalances. We need balance in our life as well every day. Yeah, it's going to help you with your day-to-day activities and reducing risks of falls, especially as we age. How does that feel? Good work. So we are going to add in just a bit of marching, just to warm things up. You know, I want you to get your steps in. So whenever I'm talking, because you know I love to explain the form and technique, I talk through this whole workout because I want you to do everything correctly. So it reduces risks of injury and you get the most out of it for your muscles, your bones, your strength. But when I am talking, instead of resting, you could get your steps in fast or slow, seated or standing. You could get your steps in when you're watching TV, when we're sitting at our desks for too long. anytime. We're doing about a minute just to raise the heart rate. We're starting to involve the heart, the respiratory system, the lungs. We're fueling everything with oxygen. So take deep breaths. I can see Andrew, one of our regulars, using some light weights. He's doing very well. So tin cans, plastic bottles when you're marching, adding a little bit of load, yeah? A rucksack would be really good idea. Let's relax there. So we're going to move into a nice little yoga flow I thought we would do. So we could do this seated or standing. For anyone that, can't do yoga on the floor, we're just going to do lots of little options, seated or standing. So we're going to start with a forward fold. So if you're standing, you are literally just going to come forward and just let everything go. If you're seated, you're doing the same. So you're bringing your chest towards your thighs. The blood flow is coming down towards the brain in this inversion. If you want, you can hold your hands on opposite elbows, and you can even rock side to side in that forward fold. If you're standing, you should feel your legs get a nice stretch on the back. We're letting everything go. Seated or standing, arms straight. You're going to unravel your spine really slowly back to standing, unraveling each vertebra, squeezing your stomach muscles in, and then slowly, slowly, like a puppet, you're unraveling the spine. Doesn't that feel good? So let's do one more of those because it's nice for our back health. So we can take a positive inhale, seated or standing. Exhale, I'll show you from the side. We're just going to come forwards towards your chair or the floor. Let everything go. I can give it a little twist side to side if I wanted. And then I'm engaging my core and I'm thinking about slowly, slowly lifting up back to standing or the straight seated position. Head, neck and shoulders. Up last, even add a desk reset snack in there and relax. Beautiful work. Our cat-cow, so we can do seated or standing. So if you're seated, you can place your hands on your thighs. And if you're standing, I want you to round the back. You can even interlock the hands in front of you. So we're rounding the back, chin to chest. I'm tucking my tailbone under, squeezing my belly button in. And then for the opening, I want you to open out, maybe even put your hands in the middle of your back. Open out your chest. So really open out the pectoral muscles. This all gets very tight when we're sitting rounding with screens. So we're going to do that again. So if I was seated, I'm going to round out and then I'm going to open up. Maybe have my hands at the back. If you're standing, maybe imagine hugging a tree, hugging someone, interlocking. Inhale, exhale, use your breath. Open out. These are nice slow movements, but they're really good for our spine health. Obviously, cat-cow can be done on the floor on all fours, but it naturally goes into our feel-good hug. So what I want you to do is give yourself a hug with the rounding of the back that I just showed you. And then I want you to open out. Big positive inhale. This time the arms come open. I haven't got mummy here to hug. If you've got someone near you, go and give them a hug. Some of you are in couples on Zoom joining me. Give your partner a hug. Isn't it amazing? Aisha auntie and Lal uncle. Yay, they're giving each other a hug. Vinu uncle, I don't know if Champu auntie's with you, but anyone that's around, or give yourself a big hug from me all the way to you. Virtual hugs. These are great, yeah? Cat-cowing. So we're going to go into a bit of a warrior position. So I will show you this seated as well. You're just going to make sure you got a bit of space. If you're able to stand, do stand. This is a great one to really engage our muscles to feel strong. You don't have to go into a low lunge. You could stay standing, but I've got one foot turning out, one foot turning to the front. I've got a nice long stance. That's it. Purnima Auntie knows already on Zoom. We're going to have our arms out wide. So do stand if you can. If not, stay seated. But again, have the feet nice and wide. You're opening out your hips, your groin area. If you're standing, we're going to look over to that bent leg. If you want to bend it a little bit, you can lunge in. I've got a long stance to protect that front knee. It doesn't go past that front toe. I lift my arms up. Just by having my arms up, can you feel your muscles are engaging? You're going to look over the front arm with the foot turned over, and you're going to imagine you're a warrior. Deep breaths on the top of a mountain, really strong. This is strength that we need in our day-to-day lives, holding these arms out. It's hard. We're going to try and go for about 10 seconds. Can you hold your arms out? You're building strength. Obviously, the warrior, you could sink in if your knees are okay. Deep breaths, 5 seconds. Visualize being on top of a mountain. You are a warrior here. You are strong. You are happy. You are healthy. Positive affirmations. I really believe in them. 2 and 1. Amazing. How did it feel? I think give your arms a little shake, maybe a nice little twist here. Just loosen things off. This feels good. And obviously these postures, if we can hold for longer, they feel brilliant. We will go back to that same side because I wanted to actually add in a reverse warrior, but I gave you a little rest. I'll show you seated, but same position to start off with. This time on the back leg, the foot that's pointing forward, we're going to place our arm down and we're going to try and lift up the other arm. So this is a lovely side bend. I'm looking up towards the sky. So if I was seated, the arm could go further down towards even my ankle. I'm lifting up, breathing. 2 more breaths here if you can. Inhale, exhale, whichever version you're doing. And release. And then we're going to come down. So this arm now comes forward towards the bent or the straight leg, whichever warrior position. We're doing adaptations to make it accessible. The other arm comes up. And I'm trying to get a nice straight line in front. So if you're in front of a mirror, you'd be able to see. I can see you on the screen. So you can look over, reaching. Could even reach all the way over and get a lovely side bend. Give me a little wave if you're on Zoom or YouTube. Virtual love and relax. Doesn't that feel great? Yep. So give it a little rest. We're going to change sides. So this time the other foot is forward. The other foot is turning out. I've kind of got my heel in line with the arch of that back foot. Long stance, seated or standing, you should feel nice and open. We're going to lift those arms up. We're going to look over the other side of the mountain now, yeah? We are strong warriors. Those arms have to work. You could stay straight-legged. Obviously, I like to go into a bit of a bend here, but only do what works for you. I'm showing you lots of options. Let's stay strong. The power of breath. Your body is amazing. Your arms are strong. We need our arms, yep, to help us with so many things, getting in and out of chairs. As we get older, we want that strength to be able to push, use that arm strength. No weights here, just your amazing body. 3. So if you're seated, 2 and 1. Good. If you need a little shake out, have a shake out. Otherwise, this time we'll go into our reverse warrior. So the arm now goes down the leg, lifting up towards the sky. Maybe seated. I'm going to just move it down. Just do what you can. This is your stretching here. Looking up. Deep breaths. Can we lift up? It feels so good on one side of the body, right? We're literally lifting over, opening it out. And then the reverse, let's try and bring it down, straight arm or even coming all the way around in a beautiful position. I do have a yoga snack in my book, the Feel Good Fix. It's got QR codes to videos. It's got a lot of these you can try out as well. And then finally, we're going to go into balance. Any yogis, obviously please stand. I will show you a seated option if you can't stand. But for any yogis that want to progress their balance, maybe you've been doing the 10 seconds with your hand there, maybe your fingers as progression, maybe you're able to, like Vinu Uncle is doing on Zoom. He's amazing in his 80s. He is able to do this, but please don't push yourself. If you're able to, even seated, I would love you to do a leg extension and maybe just open out the hip on the seated version. This leg extension is holding, building strength, lifting that leg up. So wherever we are with support, please, if you want to try, we're going to go for 10, even a normal balance. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you managed it, give me a thumbs up. Or if you manage to just do any balance for 10 seconds, because that is a great sign of longevity. Lots of my amazing Zoom participants. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm going to just, let me see if I can see you guys here. Yes, great. Oh, well done everyone on Zoom. So YouTube, let me know. 10 seconds is the key, yeah? If we could do that. Other leg, so always have support. Don't worry if you can't do the tree pose, that's quite advanced. And again, if you can't stand, any care homes, anyone with issues with standing, please do the leg extension on the other side. Let's go for 10 seconds, stop and start, hold if you need to. Let's go for 10, 9, focus on a point, 8, 7, count with me for a challenge, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. On Zoom, I can see lots of people of all ages join me, but especially my elderly, the people that I think are so inspiring, 70, 80, 90-year-olds. Gosh, did you do your 10 seconds? Give me thumbs up. Well done. And if not, please keep practicing. In my book, you have different targets for your age. So 10 seconds may be easy. You then increase it. Obviously, you brush your teeth for about a minute on each side. So even if you could build to a minute, 2 minutes with the balance, holding your sink. I am getting a little cardio snack in as we're just talking about balance. It's really, really important. I want you to do balanced snacks every day. Twice a day when you're brushing your teeth. Please stack the snacks onto existing habits. It's habit snacking. It's a great way for us to make these sustainable long-term changes. It just feels part of your routine when you're brushing your teeth. Does anyone do that? Brushing their teeth now? Let me know. Yeah, Vinu Uncle's saying yes, he's amazing. Does anyone else on Zoom? That could be the homework. Varsha, well done. On YouTube, let me know. Because I would love you just to take away one thing to try out this week, and that could be it. Holding your sink, yeah? It's so easy to do when we're brushing our teeth. So let's move on to a little bit of extra work with balance. I would love you maybe by the wall, if you have a wall, if you need support. We're going to do the tightrope walking and a bit of walking backwards, which is good for your knees, for your back health, for your brain cognition, to challenge your brain. So for the tightrope, have support if you need it. If not, I will show you a seated option as well. You can just keep marching if you're seated. We're going to do heel to toe. Maybe having your arms out. Maybe as an extra challenge, anyone that wants to could hold some tin cans or some weights. You're getting into a nice lateral raise with the arms. You are going to walk forwards. And then you can maybe drop the weights and try and walk backwards. Now, I know you might not have a lot of space. Walking backwards, obviously make sure there's nothing in the way, but this is a great one to do every day, a little bit, maybe in your garden, maybe in your living room. It's great for the knees and it's challenging for the brain. It's doing something different. So carry on back and forth, tightrope, backwards walking in your space, maybe with some weights or even your arms out to the side is a bit of a challenge, or by the wall for support. If you're seated, I want you to maybe have your arms out and do some heel raises, yeah? Up and down. You could even add the arms in, up as the heels go up, down as they go down. Everyone tight roping and walking backwards. Maybe do it for another couple of rounds. So let's go for about 10 more seconds. Whatever one you're doing, heel raises, lat raises, seated, or maybe the tightrope. Woo! Really got to hold your core. You've got to keep balance. You don't have to have your arms out. That's harder. And then walking backwards, how does that feel? It's a nice little challenge, right? Maybe this is something you can incorporate if you do walk outdoors in a park, or if you're lucky enough to go on holiday. The beach is a lovely place to walk backwards, but also barefoot grounding, which I've written about as well, has its own snack in my book, has a lot of health benefits. So let's go into a bit of banded work. So I know I've been showing you these resistance bands. They're very great purchases if you haven't got them. Different colors, different resistances. I have an affiliation now with a company called AMP Wellbeing. I'm going to soon put it on my website shop, but message me. You can use the code Lavina for discount. They have great resistance bands if you want to add a little present to yourself, because with these, they're building resistance. They're helping our muscle mass. I have lots of them scattered around my house, and you know I'm going to start with the shoulder floss. Don't worry if you don't have a band. You could use a pair of old tights. That's what I've always said since the pandemic days. So I'm going to go a bit more challenging. We're going to have our seated or standing, going to aim to lift your arms up and over. Now I'm trying to go nice and straight with my arms all the way round, but I see everyone, young people, even, you know, some of us have discussed it on our Zooms afterwards where we talk. Our younger generation can't get their arms up and over, and some of my regulars are inspiring them, like Taruna Auntie, on how she does her shoulder floss so easily, even after a major fall and a fracture of her shoulder. I am watching her right now on Zoom. She is able to do this movement. You can bend your arms. You don't have to go all the way up and over if you can't, but over time with practice, it's great because you're then giving your shoulders a lovely bit of full rotation. You can probably feel this now. After 10 reps, you can feel the lactic acid, the slight burning sensation, the muscles release. So I would encourage you all to do it in front of the mirror so that you're standing in front of the mirror. Maybe one side is slightly harder. You can loosen up and you can see if you're slightly lopsided, which is very common. But I want you to check your form. So maybe do the shoulder floss after brushing your teeth and flossing your teeth. I want you to floss your shoulders. Well done. That was quite a lot there, and I hope you feel it. Are we doing well? We're going to do the bow and arrow now with a band or a pair of tights, whatever you have, or if you don't have anything, even tin cans you can hold out. But if you can, we're going to have both arms nice and straight. I'll demonstrate standing. You can do this seated. One elbow is going to bend and it's going to come round the side, and you're pulling it back as far as it can go like a bow, and then slowly releasing it. Other side. I want you to think about bringing those shoulder blades, your scapula, towards each other. This is an exercise that a lot of physios prescribe when people say, I've got back pain, I've got neck pain. A lot of us have it from our sedentary lifestyles. I want you to use little exercise snacks to break up those periods of time where we're sitting for too long. Every half an hour, every hour, pick a little snack. You could do this, right? When you're watching TV, doesn't it feel good to bring your arm back all the way around, squeezing tight? You can hold the band tighter for more challenge or looser, yeah? Your pair of tights or your weights. Oh, that feels good. Relax it there. And then we're going to do some nice easy openers as well, where we're just going to do a nice cross body opening. If you don't have a tights or the band, just use your arms. Breathe out, breathe in, maybe holding them forward as the break position. So I'm opening out and a forward raise. So this is still working my shoulders. Opening out and back. Lovely work, everyone. Exhale. Inhale. Can we do one or two more? This is really great little band workout snack for your arms. If you just did 3 exercises when you're watching TV in the evening. Anyone watch TV a lot in the evening? Could you add it in? I've got add break snack, a sofa snack for more ideas in my book with videos as well. So relax there. We're going to add in a little cardio snack. Remembering my mother-in-law who is at the temple right now. We're going to do some star jumps. It's her favorite. So let's try seated version. It's all low impact, this workout. If you want to add a bit of jumping, please do if your bones are fine. We know that, you know, for me, I'm adding in jumps through the day because I want to build my bones, especially through menopause. This is the seated option. Double leg, the standing option. If you can stand, give yourselves a clap. You can go faster to really get your heart rate up. You could go slower. You could add the jumps. I do 20 star jumps every morning as part of my morning little snack. But don't worry if you can't jump. This is a low impact workout today on purpose to make it accessible to everyone. Can we count down? 5, whatever you're doing, fast or slow. 4, count with me. 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, how's your heart rate? I can see some of you on Zoom. Tell me out of 10, are you about 0 is where you're doing nothing. 10 is where I'm totally out of breath. My mum, Kumud, well done. You're 8 out of 10. So is Purnima auntie, so is Taruna auntie. Andrew's a 7. Varsha, you're a 7. Vinu uncle, how did you feel? Good, an 8. And Sonal, Ambujam auntie, well done. 8 or 9. So wow, well done, guys. Let's bring the heart rate down. I'm giving you this rest on purpose. If you did 20 seconds sprinkled through your day, ideally we hit 11 minutes a day. That's going to reduce your risks of so many chronic illnesses. Just 11 minutes a day, not even hitting the government guidelines. If you want to add a march in, you can. Vinu Uncle's doing a nice little twist here. Just to do something to loosen up, or just 11 minutes a day of even snacking alongside your longer workouts like this one. Every day would be amazing, every hour. That means you spark up your metabolism every time you do a little exercise snack. You help your blood pressure, you help your blood sugar levels, your blood fats, your cholesterol. There's so much science that I've researched that's coming out as well about short bursts of movement through the day. So I'd really love you to take away some of these. Let's get into the best part, the strength training now. I want you to lift weights. I want you to start off with your body weight if you're new to it. Otherwise, I want you to start adding in tin cans, plastic bottles, dumbbells if you have them, safe household objects, because the more weight we lift, the more we're going to build our muscle mass, which is key for our longevity. Yeah, there's so many benefits of strength training. We're going to start with the biggest compound move. It's our press-ups. So some of you know, against the wall, against the kitchen counter. I was very blessed to see Andrew and his lovely wife Barbara this week. I popped over and I'll tell you all why at the end. And he demonstrated his press-ups beautifully to me. I didn't even ask him to, in the kitchen after he made me a lovely cup of tea. And he did them against the kitchen counter. And he does them every day. So I'm so happy, Andrew. You made my day. Seated version. You can do the floor like Sonal is on Zoom. You can use my book for floor, but today we do against the wall or a kitchen counter. Seated option for anyone that can't stand. Bending the arms, building strength, pushing away. Focus on your mind to muscle connection. Straight back, stomach engage. I'm going to twist the camera to show you against the wall here. Lovely work. Okay, this is brilliant. Well done, everyone. And yes, please just do what you can. If you can't do an exercise, please replace it. We all have different health conditions. The wall press up is where I started, and now I obviously love doing floor press ups, but just these every time you're in the kitchen, the kettle's boiling. Inhale, exhale. You can challenge it by moving your feet further away or keep them close, bending and pushing, using your body to come towards the wall or the chair or your kitchen counter. Inhale, exhale. Let's go for about 10 to 15 today. We're pushing it a little bit. If you're new, even one is better than none. And when you're ready, I want you to circle out your wrists. Super, super work. There's lots of lovely people doing this live with us on YouTube. Do leave a positive comment to let me know if you're enjoying it. We're then going to do either seated with some weights. So you can use tin cans, yep. Baked bean tins, little plastic bottles are brilliant weights because I want to make movement accessible to everyone. I'm going to show you standing, but you can do this seated. So grab a weight for your bicep curl. I'll tell you what we're doing. We're going to do 5 bicep curls. Then if you need to change your weight, we can do 5 shoulder presses. And then as a challenge today, if anyone wants to do it, we're going to combine both moves, curling and then twisting the weight, palms forward, shoulder press. So that'll be our finisher. So think about the weights. You might want to use 2 different weights for the curl and for the press itself. Seated or standing, I want your shoulders in that desk reset snack, elbows glued in for the bicep curl. So we're coming towards our shoulders. We are doing 5 of these, slowing it down. You breathe out on the hard bit. Inhale as you come slow down. I want you to focus on these biceps. This is going to help us lift our bags, lift our grandchildren, do our day-to-day activities, gardening. Andrew's wife Barbara is in her 80s. She maintains her whole beautiful garden by herself. I'm so impressed. But there's lots of day-to-day activities that we want to continue doing. Shopping. Think about strength. We're now going to go with the weights by our ears. You can do this all seated as well. You're going to push up nice and straight, coming down. Now don't swing your back. Hold your stomach muscles in. Breathe out and down. This is to lift things overhead, whether you're flying on your own, putting your bag up on the overhead locker, maybe you're reaching for something on the shelf, maybe you are lifting your grandchildren, babies up in the air, children, whatever we're doing. I need to be able to lift up as well and release. Good. How does that weight feel? Combining the 2. This is the challenge now. Or you can keep them separate. Seated or standing, we're going to curl. We're going to then twist the hands away and press. Breathe out. Come back, hands towards me, releasing that bicep curl. If it's too difficult, keep the moves separate. Curl and press. Breathe out on the hard part. Inhale. This release is really important to keep it steady. Wrists nice and straight. Whatever weights you're holding. Well done, YouTube, Zoom. I'm super proud of you. Do what you can. I want you to feel these last 2 repetitions. Really focus on that mind to muscle, building strength. If it's challenging, you're on the right weight. If it's not, I want you to play this workout back at some point this week and maybe think about using something more challenging. Whew, how did that feel? Are we good? Did we feel that? So a little ideas of things that you can sprinkle into your day. We're now going to target the triceps. So these muscles here, the bingo wings, as we often call them. I want to show you first how hard it is to maybe even imagine you're holding something in your hand. So clasp your fingers together, seated or standing, and try and put it behind your head. So if I put my hand behind my head here, normally my elbows are out here. Try and bring your elbows together And try, and maybe if you're here, straighten up and try and maybe even bring that arm back. You could even use your hand and you get a nice little stretch here. So we're trying to bring that position here and then we straighten. We've got no weight. I'm showing you without. So keeping the elbows close to your ears if you can, and then straightening. This straightening, we're targeting these muscles, yeah? But the straighter our spine, the straighter our arms, the closer they are to our head. I hope that makes sense, seated or standing. Can you feel that? So release for a second. We've done quite a bit. Now I want you, my mum has already grabbed her weight, and so have some of you, to grab a bottle or a tin can or a carton, something safe that you can grip, and then you can put it over your head and extend. We're going to go for about 10 of these. So I'm going to use a dumbbell just because I have one, but use whatever you want. I'll show you from the back as well, seated or standing. Don't move anything else, just your arms. Your stomach muscles are drawn in. You're breathing out as you extend. Inhale, exhale. I like doing it standing. I feel like if you're able to stand, you'll be able to ground yourself. Bend the knees slightly, really extend. Focus on those arm muscles. Can you feel it? Elbows close to your ears. Inhale, exhale. Standing nice and straight, or sitting straight. Can we do 3 more? Maybe if you can feel it, otherwise obviously stop. If it's tough, give yourself a little stretch like the one I just showed you and relax. Or even head circles like my mum is doing. Let's add in a little head circle. Good idea, mum. Just loosen things out. Inhale, exhale. And this is the stretch. I would love you to practice, even if you're not doing the weighted extensions, because this is hard. Because we're rounding our backs and our backs are using with kyphosis of the spine with our technology and sitting. This is a great one. You just put a bit of pressure if you can and pull the elbow back so that we're out of this rounded, more lengthening position. You should feel a nice stretch. And the other side, let's do a quick stretch. So you know this one in case you feel this exercise. And remember Lavina in the next day or two. This is a good one that you can do even through the day. We're moving on to lower body to get our most important exercise in. What is it, if anyone knows? I can't hear you, but you know which one it is. Hopefully, if you've been doing these workouts, I always get these in. There are sit and stands or our squats. If you know what you're doing, do start, although you may end up doing quite a few repetitions. If you don't know, I will go through lots of options with you. You can start off body weight. We're going to do 2 rounds today of 10 to 12, or you could add in a weight or even a rucksack. If you're not able to stand, 2 options: heel raises to build your lower body strength, or leg extension is a great one. Maybe adding a hold in. As you lift the leg, hold it out. Really feel the muscles. Maybe even hold a weight. And if you really wanted to, you could add the shoulder press in if you wanted, yeah? But that's optional. The next level is feet wide, shoulder wide. And then your hands are going to help you stand up, but your knees go out, always in line with your toes, just a few inches and down. You might have a hand rest on the chair that you're using. Whatever works for you. This is still engaging those muscles and helping you. We're going to try and maintain our independence. If you're able to stand, I want you to be able to stand for as long as possible. The last option is this one that everyone's been doing. A lot of you on Zoom that are able to stand slowly down. Check your form. Can you see your toes? Your knees are out in line with your toes, are always going out. And slow it down. Squeeze your glutes. Breathe out. And in. Can you feel this? And relax for a second, because I know lots of you on Zoom started early there. So just give yourself a little shake out. Maybe a little bit of tapping. Let's add a bit of tapping. Quick little tap of the face above your head. So losing your fingertips. This is quite nice. It's got those meridian points, maybe above your cheeks, maybe above your mouth, and then around your clavicles, little bit of tapping, bit of self-love. So let's go back to that now. I want you to think about what weight you're using. If you're able to stand, if you want to challenge it, squats are something I would love you to do, even 10 squats a day. Sit and stand. Every time you're sitting, I call them sit and stand, so it reminds you to stand, or the leg extension. This time we're going to just go for 10, really slow, really focus. Exhale and inhale. Now, obviously, without the chair, the version, that I do in the mornings is this one, unsupported, and then you can increase your depth and squeeze up, yeah? I'm really focusing on my lower body strength, building muscle mass. Good. This is going to help your blood sugar levels, your metabolic health, your mental health. Strength training is an antidepressant. We are releasing feel-good hormones right now, the endorphins that I love talking about. Inhale, exhale. There's myokines, hope molecules. They are amazing. They get released when we use our muscles. There's BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. As we use our muscles, the brain then gets filled like a little fertilizer for our brain cells to grow and maintain the brain cells, growing new ones. It's all pretty amazing. Reducing our risks of dementia, diabetes, osteoporosis, cancers. The list goes on. And relax. Well done. Now feel your heart rate. Where are you out of the 10? Give me a quick number check. Can you hear mine? Because I was holding a 6 kg. I mean, not super heavy. I love squatting a lot heavier, but obviously at home we have some restrictions. Sonal was a 9. That's great sign there because it should be high. Tarun Auntie was an 8 or 7. Good. My mum's an 8. Andrew an 8. That's really good. And Varsha, there's lots of you. Put it on YouTube as well. Think about that. We are not running fast to get to that 8. We're using our muscles, yeah? And that is going to help you maintain a healthy weight. It's going to help you lose weight if you need it to maintain it, because the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. That's the beauty, right? One of the huge benefits. I mentioned that last because it's exercise for sanity, not vanity for me. But it's important, right, to reduce risk of chronic illnesses. If we can build that muscle mass, it is going to help you maintain that healthy weight, which is really, really important. So please add in your squat snack every day. If you commit to homework 3 times this week, can you do that? Even just 10. Tarun Auntie's on board. I love that. So we're going to do a last little challenge here. So I've got 2 options, and I don't usually do this. Leg extension is great. You're going to do an isolated hold. You're going to hold out for a few seconds, maybe 20 seconds. If we can't do the leg extension, sorry, that's the easy version. The other version is this, against the wall. You're going to do a wall sit. I think I've done this once before here, but I only want you to try this if you think you're able. Against the wall, now watch me first. You could just be here. You don't have to go to full 90 degrees. Shoulders are relaxed. My feet are away and I'm bending. I don't want you to do this if you've got major knee problems. This is a little challenge. This is great for your blood pressure as well. This isolated hold, like a plank. If you wanted to do a plank, please do a plank. Otherwise, find something that works for you. This is at 90 degrees. When you come away, I want you to watch very carefully. Use your hands, support yourself away, yeah? That's a hard move. The leg extension, isolated hold. Mummy loves doing, and I find it quite hard. She sits back, but she lifts both legs off the ground. We're going to hold wherever you are. Come up, relax for a second if you're doing the wall sit. It's hard. We're just going to do 10 seconds. You could even do a plank on the floor, yep? Does anyone want me to demonstrate? Like if you're able to get down, my mum does planks and she's very good at them. So she could even do a 10-second plank here, yeah? You could do it on your hands. This is your body weight. You could even do it on the chair against the wall or your sofa or your bed. Elevated plank like we sometimes do. I'm showing you lots of options. Or you could just do a single leg extension sitting down, yeah? Let's do 10 seconds, even if it's 10 seconds of balance. Find something that works for you. I'll demonstrate the hard one. We're going for a hold. 10. Count with me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully come away. If you're on the wall, how was that? Well done. So lots of options, but a little isometric hold. There's lots of science about that. It can even help key indicators pressure. It's quite amazing. Final little blitz before we do the most important part, which is the stretch. We're going to do some high knees for our core. So you have options here. The seated version, you're going to lift the knee up towards your chest. You can add in your rope pulls. The standing version involves some balance. So we're lifting up. Really think about your muscles. The hardest version is maybe holding some weights, some tin cans. You don't have to do the arms. You can even just lift that knee. As I lift it, I'm thinking about my lower core muscles. Really tightening, lifting. Breathe out, yeah? You could do this seated as well. Arms are up. If you're holding a weight, it's much harder, obviously. Let's go. Final countdown of work. Last exercise before our lovely stretch. 8, 7, keep going. 6, 5, 4, lift that knee up. 3, crunch the core. 2, and 1. Well done, everyone. What amazing work today. I hope you enjoyed the workouts. Every week I do something different. I write them out. I try and think about how I can incorporate as much as I can. Give yourselves a clap, even if you manage to do a little bit of that today. Something counts, and it's better than nothing. We are stretching now. This is very important to reduce risk of injury. Little stretch snack on its own at the end of the day is a great form of self-care. It's going to help your sleep, help you unwind. So I've got both legs out, straight, feet flexed. I'm going to lengthen my spine. You can do this single leg. Exhale, I'm going to reach forward, try and touch my toes. If you can't, do not worry. Hands on shins, even thighs, but bring your chest towards your thighs. Straighten the leg, bring your toes towards you. You should feel a lovely stretch on the backs of those legs. Deep breaths, let the shoulders relax, the head relax. Let's try and use each exhale to go a little bit further. Hold for 1 or 2 more deep breaths. Really lengthen out the muscles we've used, reducing risk of injury, increasing flexibility. Slowly roll up the spine. I feel like that was a really good one. I can feel that myself today. Really love that. So we're going to hug the knee in. We're doing these seated. These are great. You know, anyone that may have injury, rehab after operations, seated exercises are brilliant. You could do so much. I'm circling out my ankle. I'm hugging my knee in. I'm sitting nice and tall, so I'm hugging that knee in. And then lengthen out. Let's try the other side. Give our ankles a little roll before you get on with your whatever you're doing today. Busy lifestyles. Can you think about playing another workout from the Feel Good playlist on my YouTube this week? Can you schedule that into your diary? It would be so great if you can do 2 or 3 of these longer workouts plus the 11 minutes of snacking a day. That would be incredible for your health, yeah? Think about when you can do that. Make a commitment to yourself. We're going to stretch out the upper body. You can stay seated. You can bring one arm in front of you. Other hand above or below the elbow. You're going to draw, relax the shoulders, draw that arm in towards you, looking over, breathing, get a little spinal twist, a little neck turn, looking over that shoulder, hug it in that arm, release it. Can you feel that across the tops of your shoulders, upper back, other side? So if you're seated, just sitting down, doing these stretches at the end or beginning of your day, even in the middle of the day, if you've been sitting for too long, could you add these in? Lovely. We did that tricep stretch that we did at the beginning. We're going to do a nice side bend. So seated or standing. If you're standing, maybe feet wider. Really reach over. Give me a little wave. Smile. You're amazing. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And thank you for moving with me. Lovely work. Big stretches. Obviously, loads of different stretches you could do. And I could go on, but there's lots on the ends of each of the Feel Good workouts if you want to do more, or stretch snacks in my book and on the exercise playlist as well on YouTube. We're going to finish seated or standing with my Feel Good finish. I hope you feel good. Big positive inhale as you lift the arms. Exhale, bringing the arms down, releasing any tension, stress away. I've had a visualization of last weekend where I did this with firstly 1,200 women in the Windsor 10K run. I did the warm-ups for them and got them all doing similar exercises, but this Feel Good finish. And then for Diabetes UK, there were 3,000 people. There were about 5 or 6 different waves of 500-600 people at a time doing this with me. And I love seeing you all move with me. So thank you for joining me. Let's take a big final positive inhale. Breathing in positivity. This time, hands meet at the top. Capture that positivity down to your heart center. Give yourself a moment. Close your eyes. Give yourself a bow. Thank your amazing body. Whatever you managed to do today, you did something for your health. Give yourselves a clap, and I am very proud of you. Please do subscribe, and lastly, most importantly, please share my workouts with a friend, a family member, young, old, whatever ability. I just want these to help more people, and I need your help to get that reach. Sign up to my free newsletter on my website for the Zoom details. Join us on Zoom if you want. And this is going to be saved for you on YouTube. Lots and lots of love. Keep well, and I will see you all next week. So we've got lots of comments on YouTube. I'm going to save that for you. Well done, everyone. And speak to my Zoom gang.